Good morning everyone, ako po si Maritoni Fernandez and I am a 16-year cancer survivor, breast cancer, ductal carcinoma in situ, stage 2B po ang diagnosis sa akin. And 16 years ago, I thought I was going to die, except that I discovered this amazing product which is available now in IAM worldwide among many other amazing products. And quick background po. In 2001, I was diagnosed and I was told that I would have less than 6 months left to live. And at that time, my daughter was only 6 years old. And syempre, like every mom, I was scared and really wanted to extend as much as possible my life. And so I went along with everything that the doctors told me to do. I was told I would need to do 4 cycles of chemotherapy and 6 weeks of continuous radiation therapy. And then I would only have 60 to 70% chance of surviving of 5 years. So of course, it was a very scary time of my life, and I did my own research aside from listening to what the doctors told me I should do, which I did. All the diet changes, the exercising, the lifestyle, lahat po ng sinabi nila, ginawa ko. I did it all. And in spite of all that, I also decided to do my own research. And online, I discovered the beauty of herbal products, and in a process of elimination, I discovered that the king of all herbal supplements is, of course, the young barley powder. So, in a nutshell, after a whole year of treatments, I discovered within that year that as soon as I started taking the barley, my immune system started to get much better, much quicker. And during my first chemotherapy, I was like a vegetable for almost 21 days. And my doctors told me that if I didn't make the cut, if I didn't recover 100%, by the 21st day, I would not be allowed to take my second treatment cycle of chemotherapy, which would then bring me back to 0, meaning I would have to restart the 4 chemos all over again instead of just continuing to the second, the third, and the fourth, and then graduate na. So I really did everything I could, but during the first chemo, right after, my body couldn't take the toxicity of the chemotherapy, and I ended up in reverse isolation in the hospital, in the ICU. And that is when I did all the research and discovered barley on the net. And I started taking it. Shortly after I was put into the ICU, I was able to recover, and I continued taking it throughout my second, third, and fourth chemotherapy, and discovered that instead of getting really ill after my second chemotherapy, I recovered 4 days after I was infused with the chemo. And I didn't do anything different. I asked the doctors if they had lowered the dose or of the drugs that they infused into me, and they said no. So I knew that it must be the barley, because it's the only thing different that I had done. I continued to do it, and I noticed that my immunity would recover so much faster, my body would recover so much quicker. And throughout my chemotherapy, I pretty much breezed through it for the rest of it. And then when I did my radiation therapy of 6 weeks, not once did I get burnt or blistered skin. So that's how amazing the product is. And I never stopped taking it. And every single day since then, I've been taking it. And I have amazing testimonies on myself about it, because such things as my doctor told me that I would never be able to have children again. 3 years after my menstrual cycle stopped because of the chemotherapy, my period came back and I was able to have a son.